Welcome. Today we will know about the roles and responsibilities of district coordinators for implementing the National Achievement Survey or NAS 2017. District Coordinator is the DIET, District Institute of Education and Training Principal. In case DIET is not present or functional in a district, then the State Coordinator implementation will identify and nominate a District Coordinator. District Coordinator will work in close coordination with the State Coordinator implementation. One Assistant District Coordinator and one MIS Coordinator will be appointed, along with field investigators. Now, let us see what will be the roles of the District Coordinator in NAS. Key roles of the District Coordinator are defined as per 3 stages of the survey. Before the survey, District Coordinator will take the lead in preparations for NAS in the districts of the state. This will include verifying sampled schools, identification and training of Assistant District Coordinators and field investigators, dispatch of survey material to schools, etc. While the survey is ongoing, the District Coordinator will ensure that the survey is happening as per guidelines. Post the survey, the District Coordinator will collect all used and unused survey material, ensure data entry logistics, supervise data entry, and develop action plan as per the survey results. We will now look at each role in detail. In the pre-survey phase, District Coordinator must finalize list of sample schools received from the State Coordinator implementation. Check or verify with the school's UDI-SE code whether the school exists or not. Number of students enrolled and report school's medium of instruction for grade 3, 5 and 8 to the State Coordinator implementation. If there is any mismatch, report it back to the State Coordinator within 7 days of receiving the list. Every sample school in the list is supplemented with 2 replacement schools. DC should opt for replacement schools only in following conditions. A. If original sample school gets damaged due to natural disaster, then first choose replacement 1 school, and if that is also not available, then replacement 2 school. B. If in the original sample school list, it was found that enrollment of students is less than 5, then consider taking replacement school 1 or 2, whichever has larger enrollment. Document it and share it with head EST. C. No replacement school will be permitted on the assessment day. Replacement school should not exceed more than 15%. Send a circular at least 15 days before the date of assessment to the final list of sample schools stating that all schools need to have with them Aadhaar and BPL details of students studying in class 3rd, 5th and 8th. Schools should have the details with them at least 7 days before the day of assessment. In the meantime, District Coordinator needs to start arranging for the OMR scanning software and hardware. After sampled school is finalized, District Coordinator need to collect sealed school-wise bundle of the survey material prepared at the state. District Coordinator needs to identify and train Assistant District Coordinators. District Coordinator also needs to select field investigators from a pool of criteria given in the guideline. District Coordinator needs to train field investigators on conducting the survey for 1 day at least a week before the date of survey. To collect accurate data, District Coordinator needs to train field investigators. He needs to ensure that at least 15 extra field investigators are trained in case selected investigators are absent on the day of the assessment, and only those who attend training will be sent to schools. Give prior information on date of training to the State Coordinator, implementation and monitoring. Training will be provided in the following areas. During training, it is important to provide demo and give participants time for practice. Especially demo of transferring student responses to OMR sheets using sample answer scripts and OMRs. After allotting schools to each field investigator, District Coordinator will issue a letter of introduction and printed copy of module for test administration to field investigator so that survey can be carried out smoothly in schools. Ensure that training material provided FIs, such as module for test administration, is translated in regional languages as well. DC needs to share his contact details and contact details of the school along with its address and UDI-SE code with the FI. Submit a detailed report on FI training to the State Coordinator Implementation and State Level Coordinator Monitorings Office. District Coordinator should communicate date of survey to schools 1 week in advance of the final date. Inform school to ensure all children grade 3, 5, 8 are present on the assessment date. After training the field investigator, district coordinator will do school-wise mapping, that is, allocation of the schools to the field investigator. The assignment of a school to FI will happen based on following 4 criteria. Before assigning schools, ensure that FI knows, that is, can speak, read and write in the medium of instruction of classes 3, 5 and 8 of sample schools. If in the list, sample school has 3 classes to be tested, that is grade 3, 5 and 8, then allot 3 FI, out of which 2 FI will support grade 3 and 5 and 1 will support grade 8. If in the list, sample school has 2 classes to be tested, grade 3 and 5, then allot 2 FI. If it is grade 3 and 8 of grade 5 and 8, then allot 3 FIs. If in the list, sample school has grade 3 or 5 only to be tested, then allot 2 FIs, who will support both grades 3 and 5. If in the list, sample school has only 1 grade 8 to be tested, then allot only 1 FI. After allotment, provide medium of instruction code to each FI. District Coordinator will update following details on NAS Web Application: name, contact details, designation of field investigators, school and class allocated. District MIS team need to regularly update the progress tracking module of the NAS Web Application. Further, District Coordinator will share survey materials 3 days prior to the date of survey by inviting principal or headmaster to his office. Ensure the packets of survey materials are arranged as per sample school and mediums of instruction. Before giving the material, DC has to get the school principal to sign and submit a confidentiality agreement. The seal of test material will be opened in front of field investigator on the day of survey. If FI is not reaching the school on the assessment day, then the head teacher should inform DC. Here is the list and quantity of survey material to be given to the schools. In a school where all the 3 classes, that is 3rd, 5th and 8th, are included in the sample material in the given quantities, need to be sent. 1 field notes each for grade 3, 5, 8. 6 test booklets, out of which there are 2 different test forms of each grade, that is 31, 32, 51, 52, 81, 82. For each grade, 15 copies of each test form are required for that respective grade. 3 different questionnaires, pupil, teacher and school, are needed. 1 copy of PQ, 4 copies of TQ if schools have different subject teachers, and 1 copy of SQ are needed. And lastly, OMR sheets need to be sent. There will be 30 OMR sheets for each grade across different test forms in a class. There will be 30 PQ OMRs for each grade, 4 OMRs for TQ, 1 OMR for SQ. The quantity of these materials will increase proportionally if there are more than 1 mediums of instruction. Also keep 2 copies extra of test booklets and questionnaires and an additional 5 copies of test OMRs and PQ OMRs each. Preparatory days kept for filling up of SQ and TQ. School questionnaire needs to be filled by the head teacher. Teacher questionnaire need to be filled by all the subject teachers teaching the selected grade. If there is 1 teacher who teaches all the subjects, then fill only 1 teacher questionnaire. Day of assessment is the day when field investigator will carry out section and student sampling. If needed, conduct the assessment, fill up PQ and collect Aadhaar numbers of sample students across class 3, 5 and 8. If all 3 selected classes lie in the same school, administration will take place in following manner. In the first session, 2 FI, first and second FI, will conduct assessment with maximum 30 children. They will divide children in 2 batches. To batch 1, test form number 31 will be given. To batch 2, test form number 32 will be given. One FI will be appointed in each batch. After completing in grade 3, assessment will be conducted in the same manner. In session 2, for grade 5 by the same 2 field investigators, first and second FI. Batch 1 will be given form number 51. Batch 2 will be given form number 52. Parallelly, the third field investigator will conduct assessment with grade 8, having maximum 30 children in one batch, while classes 3 and 5 students will mark the right answer on the test booklet. Class 8th student will fill the OMR sheet. After each field investigator has completed conducting assessment with their batch, field investigators will administer a PQ to students. PQ will be filled by the field investigator for all grade 3 and 5 students via 1-to-1 interaction. However, grade 8 students will be asked to fill PQ on their own with support from FI. After PQ is filled, collect Aadhaar details from the school head. If the assessment day, FI finds the seal of the packet broken, ask FI to continue the test and document the same in field notes. Also immediately report to DC and EST head. Post-survey, district coordinator needs to ensure that all used and unused forms reach the district MIS team. One packet will have all used forms and filled notes, separate sub-packets of each material arranged serially, and second packet will have all unused forms. MIS team need to randomly check responses in at least 2 OMR sheets per class per school against the test booklets at the time of submission of OMR bundles by field investigator, and in case of mismatch, ask field investigator to check all forms again and rectify. Release the payments to field investigators after receiving bills and vouchers in original. Inform state coordinator about receipts of materials. Share the detailed statement of expenditure and a brief survey report, field administration to the state coordinator implementation. Keep all the forms safely for at least 6 months at the district for future reference. From the materials received from field investigator, pick field notes. Using the information in field notes, district coordinator will update following details on NAS Web Application: number of students enrolled in the class, number of students present, number of students who participated in NAS. District coordinator needs to oversee that scanning and uploading of all the OMR sheet data is done smoothly by MIS team. In coordination with state coordinator implementation, district coordinator needs to ensure that it happens on time. Sheets are properly scanned and checked. Details of children are updated. File is uploaded in .csv format. All the data should be uploaded within 15 days after the date of survey has taken place. Update the state coordinator about all above activities. Once all data is uploaded, instantly generate district report cards on NAS Web Application. The most important objective of this exercise is to review the results with SCERT. The review can guide the district to develop action plan based on curriculum effectiveness, teacher development, administration and classroom support, or any other area identified after discussing the results. Hope this video helps you to understand the role and responsibility of district coordinator better. For any queries at any point of time, please contact control room of your state or at NCERT as below details, esthead@gmail.com or call 011 268 65909.